Welcome to Fulfillment Fridays. This is Follow Fulfillment. My name is Anne. I am a coach and also a homestead owner. So you will see different content that's going to be related to faith, freedom, and fulfillment. Right now, today is going to be the garden tour. I'm very excited. We have lots of baby vegetables that are growing, and we'll go ahead and give you a close-up tour with that soon. It rained 2 days ago, so I took a great video in the rain. It was so nice, and of course the vegetables and fruit loved it. So this is kind of the update here. You can see the squash mounds back there. We have one large raised bed. We've got another one built. I need to actually, my math was a little off, so I need to extend the fabric underneath and then put the other bed behind it. We need to fill them up. So that's kind of the end of that. I am looking hopefully for a chip drop so we can fill in kind of all of the area that's black in between the beds with actual wood chips. So that's going to be the goal as we build long term. So I'm out here in the rain. The plants are loving it. Look at that beautiful eggplant. And the flowers are so pretty too. So very, very big and beautiful. We've got some peppers next to the eggplant. Lunchbox Orange, Bastion, Big Bertha, and Mad Hatter. So that should be fun when they start getting their little peppers on them. We've got some cucumber and basil over here. These are some Hossinator tomatoes. That one is as well, but got transplanted later, so not as established as that one is. Then we've got Rutgers tomatoes here, little babies. These are Jolene's. And these are Romas, so they're just getting started. These are red jalapeno peppers, so they got little flowers on them. This is our artichoke, but you can see the soil is healthy. Look at all those mushrooms just sprouting out of nowhere. We do have two different kinds of mint. So this is a Mojito mint. And that's Spearmint. And mint definitely will be contained in a container. We've got some more cucumbers here. It's funny because there's 3 in here. However, this one is closer to the living area. This is closer to the deer. And somebody's been trimming the little one over there. So you can see there's a small one, medium-sized one, and a larger one. So I think the animals are lazy and they just pick whatever's closest. But we are thriving. I did put a couple little solar lights to hopefully get in their way a little bit. We have our Spanish Dancer Onion with some tomatoes here. So we've got the black Purple Cherokee. That's going to be delicious. And it also lives in the same raised bed as our Big Boy Plus tomato as well. So this was our spaghetti squash. Someone got to it. We do have some seeds, so we're going to replant this little squash mound sometime probably this week. And things are growing fast. So we did plant some pumpkin seeds. And they've already sprouted. It hasn't even been a week. So that's a small sugar pumpkin. And just today, you can see them literally coming out of the ground with the dirt on them. And that is our jack-o'-lantern pumpkins. So here's our butternut squash. And if you just look in here, woo, we already got a big baby. So next door to the butternut squash is the zucchini. And we've got a couple on there already. Very exciting. And for our melon mound, we are going to be hopefully training it up on the wire. But right now we've got cantaloupe. We've got 4 cantaloupe plants. Now these are jumbo cantaloupes. We have watermelon. This is our sugar baby. And of course, even though they're my daughter's plants, my gnomes steal the show. I love gnomes. They're cute. And then we do have this cantaloupe here. And this one is Prescott Bond. So that's this type of cantaloupe. Very, very exciting. Our garden is coming along. So we do have quite a few trees in our food forest. The Meyer lemon tree is close to the garden. So I'm just taking a picture of that. As you can see, I've got my little lemon gnome hanging out with my kids' tree over here. Grandma loves lemons, so my daughter is happily growing this for her when she comes to visit. And we have babies. Yay. So it's transplanted very well. It's taken to the soil and the fertilizer and everything that we've done, and just beautiful flowers. We also do have some dragon cayenne pepper and ghost pepper. We want to keep the hot peppers away from our raised beds with the normal peppers. There are some mixed messages on whether the pollination can make the regular peppers hot, or at least the seeds for next year. So we're just keeping them separated so they don't mix pollination. And then I do have some baby tomato starts here. This actually should be sun sugar from last year, but I did have quite a few tomatoes, including some Everglades, that I did have in pots proximity. So I'm hoping that is the sun sugar and that is the Everglades, and then those will be transplanted when they get a little bit bigger to the raised bed. I tried to thin out some of the grass, but then it pulled out so much of the dirt that I didn't want to like unearth the tomato babies. So we've got obviously like one big one here, we've got a little one here, there's even a little one over here hiding. So I'm just letting the grass kind of hang out right now until we pull out the babies, and then I'll kind of thin it out. But super excited. But this is all from our place in Alabama that we were at last year. Okay, so these are what we think are our bonus sunflowers, and I say bonus sunflowers because we bought tomato plants at a county extension garden days, and these started showing up in the whiskey barrels that we had the tomatoes in. So I replanted them, not knowing what they were, into their own little container, and they've been growing pretty well. So we had 5, 2 didn't make it. There is a smaller one right here. So 1, 2, and 3. So excited to see what those are, and we're excited to probably feed them to the chickens when they get a little bit bigger. So it's full circle food around here. Even our hibiscus, for my daughter, that she loves the hibiscus. With that being said, we make sure that we're planting everything and fertilizing everything with food edible fertilizer, because even the chickens will eat hibiscus flowers, even the roses that I've got. So that's definitely something that we're looking and being mindful of. Speaking of roses, this is my first little bud. I'm super excited. I've got 30 roses. A couple of them probably aren't going to make it. I got them all bare root. With the drought, it's been hard to get them up and going, but excited to actually see this, even though it's small and mighty. And the other ones, you know, they're starting to take hold. We're making sure to give them enough water and fertilizer as well. But again, making sure that our fertilizer, it is something that's edible. I used to just do rose only fertilizer, like non-edible, and at other places that I've lived. And so here we're just doing things that can be eaten, because technically roses can be eaten by humans and by chickens. So we want to make sure that no poisons kind of getting into our food source. And there is another soon to be little rose bloom as well. So we've got 2 so far, but very excited. I've always had roses. I've had 30, 40 roses at one time on old properties in the city. Everybody came by, little kids would steal the flowers to give to their mom, and it was just fun to see everybody with that. But yes, so we're getting lots of them, and that doesn't have any kind of buds on it right now, but basically you can see where the bare root obviously is sprouting. So some of them are great, and then other ones are barely hanging on. So, you know, it's kind of a hit and miss, and we'll see what happens, but super excited to see what starts blooming a little bit later this year. So I know I literally took a video 2 days ago, and look at this. Look at that gorgeous eggplant in 2 days. So crazy, but wanted to give you an update. This is what Florida rain and heat does. So super excited. Also wanted to give you a quick update on the squash mounds since the video 2 days ago, and look at that beauty. That has gotten bigger. The zucchini is actually looking like zucchini on there. Super excited. And if we just travel over here, remember the small sugar pumpkin sprouts? Look at those, just in 2 days. So the rest of them are coming up. She planted 5 seeds and 5 are coming up. So we'll have to work on thinning those out or repositioning them. And the jack-o'-lantern pumpkins that weren't up at all, here they are. So she planted 5 seeds as well. 4 are up. We'll see if the other one comes up. But exciting, just 2 days. So things happen really fast here on the homestead.